People are tired of information. They know that you can do it. They know that you utilize AI to teach you how to do it. But we want to know, are there people, real people, out there that trust you to do what you say you're going to do?
Welcome to the Side Hustler Podcast, your go-to space for content creation, actionable strategy, and the real behind the scenes of building a business while you're still balancing a full-time job. Every week we talk about what actually works, what doesn't, and how to create content that moves your business forward without burning you out. I'm your host, Carly LeBlanc. Let's get started.
Hello, and welcome back to the Side Hustler Podcast. I'm your host, Carly LeBlanc, and I'm so excited to have you here today. Happy New Year. I know it has been a minute, but we are back. As many of you have known, I decided to take a sabbatical back in December. While I was trying to batch record my episodes for December, I found myself in this creative funk, and I was like, you know what? It's okay for me to take some time off for the podcast. I showed up consistently for the past year, knocking out content, creating content, doing all the things that are necessary for this podcast. So it's totally fine for me to take some time off from the podcast and protect my creativity. So that way, once I come back, I can come back with boots on the ground, hitting the ground running, and going after everything that we have set forward for 2026. Now, if this is your first time tuning into the Side Hustler Podcast, welcome to the podcast. If this is your first time watching on YouTube, welcome to the podcast. You guys know that we have not been on video this whole entire time, but I told myself that I was going to set a goal that for 2026, I was going to actually show up with video, and I really wanted to make sure that I got it right. So I got my lights going, I got my outline in front of me, I got my camera going, I got my mics. So I literally have no excuse not to show up on video for YouTube. So if this is your first time checking me out or even learning about me, welcome to the Side Hustler Podcast. My name is Carly LeBlanc, and I am a wife, I'm a mom, I am also a 9-to-5er. But while I'm currently working my 9-to-5, I am in the process of building not one, but 2 thriving businesses. One of them you may know me for is CD Creative Co., which is a content creation agency based here in Houston, Texas, where we help entrepreneurs batch shoot their social media content so that they can show up online and make money from their content. Now, if you've also been following my journey, you know that I am in the process of building a tech company with my co-founder, and we are actually going to be launching that sometime soon, but it's going to be a content creation marketplace platform that helps you find and book local content creators in your city to batch your social media content for your business. Now, if this is your first time meeting me, welcome. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, where you found me from. But before we get into today's episode, I just want to say thank you for all of our supporters that have been supporting us for our first year podcasting. And I'm super excited for what's ahead in 2026. Now, if you clicked on today's episode, you know that we're going to be talking about the 7 most common mistakes that business owners are making on social media. As many of you may know, I specialize in working with business owners, and a lot of them come to me with the same questions or the same mistakes that they're making on socials, which is why they're not actually being able to convert their content into paying customers. And so I really wanted to hone in today and really dive in deep on the 7 common mistakes that I see a lot of business owners make on socials that are preventing them from being able to actually drive sales, because that's what we care about. Nobody wants to be in business just for free. We want to make the sale. And so in this episode, we're going to be talking about why visibility alone is just not cutting it for your business. We're also going to be talking about how you can use social media as your marketing tool for your business. And we're going to be diving into the systems that most business owners skip when they decide to get on social. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode.
Have you ever found yourself stuck on what to post or struggling to stay consistent on social media? I've been there, and that's exactly why I created this free guide called 30 Days of Done-For-You Social Media Prompts for Personal Brands. This guide is loaded with prompts to get your gears turning so you can have a gallery of content to create for your brand and never stress about what to post again. And you can grab it right now at cdcreativecoagency.com/content and start creating content that connects without the stress.
So the first common mistake that I see a lot of business owners make is that they're not utilizing SEO. Now, what is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. It's basically when someone searches whatever you do in your city, they're not allowing themselves to pop up in the search engine. Now, recently, Instagram has launched a new feature where they're now indexing their search results to Google, which means that when people search something in Google, say for instance, hairstylist in Houston, eyelash tech in Houston, your Instagram profile can actually show up in the search engine, which means that now you are able to be searchable and being able to get connected with people that are looking for the services that you provide. Now, one of the things that I feel a lot of business owners are not utilizing is the keywords. Keywords are imperative for you to be able to show up in the search engine. This is basically using the keywords that people are searching for to find businesses that do what you do. So going back to my example before where I was talking about hairstylists. If I'm looking for a Houston hairstylist, I'm going to type in the words Houston hairstylist. But if in your name or in your bio, you don't have those keywords listed, you're missing out on the opportunity to connect with someone that's actually looking for what you do. So how to fix this? The best thing that you can do is plant keywords all throughout your profile. You want to plant keywords in your name, which is the bolded part on social media, where you have over 62 characters to utilize, and plant your keywords there. You also want to make sure that you are utilizing keywords in your bio. Your bio can also be indexed to Google, which means that that's another gold mine where you can actually have keywords planted to make sure that you're showing up in the search engine. Now, another thing that most people don't actually think of when they think about SEO and keywords is your content. So your content is also actually indexed to Google as well. So if you're utilizing keywords in your captions or in your hashtags, you are also able to maximize your search engine optimization when you're utilizing keywords in all three areas. Isn't that good? Okay, so the next thing that most business owners aren't using on social media is a consistent posting schedule. Now, I know you've heard me talk about this several times. You probably heard other Instagram social media gurus talking about how important it is for you to be consistent on social media. But what does that actually mean? So one of the examples that I love to give my clients is that when you have someone that may go to the gym 2 times a week, and they may say, on week 1, I go on Mondays and Thursdays, and on week 2, I go on Wednesdays and Fridays, and Wednesday, I may go 1 time a week, and then on Thursday, I may go 0 times a week, versus someone that goes to the gym. I go to the gym 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every single day without mistake. Most of the time, you can say that the second person is going to have a better turnout, better results because of their consistent cadence of showing up in the gym. Same thing goes for social media. When we post on social media with the same days and the same times in our posting schedule, the algorithm honors our routine. So one thing that I like to tell my clients to always do is think of the best times where you can actually show up online for your audience that works for your schedule, but also optimizes whenever they're online. Now, say for instance, if you're not able to post whenever they're actually online, the best thing you can do is schedule your content for those days. Let me tell you, I, for the most part, am rolling out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning. I may either be taking my kids to school, I may be getting ready for a meeting, I may be doing all the other things except sitting in front of my phone and posting my content. So one of the things that I find the best success for is that I post Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 a.m. Every single week, I have a post going out on those 3 days of the week at 8 a.m. How do I do this? I schedule my content. How do I have content to schedule? I batch my content. And so if you struggle with either having content to schedule or you have the content, but you just struggle with scheduling it, get on a schedule. Try to come up with the best days based off of your analytics on when people are actually online scrolling, but also when people are most active and prone to engage with your content.
Y'all already know I'm all about working smarter and not harder, especially when it comes to marketing your brand. And if you're still relying only on social media to reach your audience, we need to fix that immediately. Social media is cute, but let's be real, the algorithm is unpredictable, and your content is probably only reaching a small percentage of your followers. That's why I swear by email marketing, because when I send an email, I know 100% of my subscribers are getting my messages. And the best part, Flowdesk makes it ridiculously easy. You can send beautiful on-brand emails, automate your sequences, and even create landing pages without needing to be tech savvy. And because you're listening, I got you a deal. Use my code SIDEHUSTLE at checkout and you'll get 50% off your Flowdesk subscription for the next 12 months. So if you're ready to stop relying on algorithms and start building an email list that actually converts, try Flowdesk for free. And don't forget to use the code SIDEHUSTLE at checkout for that exclusive 50% off.
Now, another question that I get from a lot of people is, how often should you be posting? Now, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of these other platforms are all a numbers game. If you're only posting one time a week, no one is saying that that's bad. But if you're wanting to see the best results and the best success, volume is key. So set yourself up for success. I always tell people, when you're starting off, at least start with 2 to 3 times a week. If you can start with 2 to 3 times a week, once you get consistent with that schedule, then you can add on another day. Or if you want to post multiple times in a day, that's fine too. But the thing here is that volume is key. The more content you put out, the more likely people will be able to find your business, the more visibility you get, and then of course, the more potential leads and customers that will follow. Now, the third common thing that most business owners are not using on social media are trial reels. Trial reels is a new feature that came out about Q3 of 2025, and now I believe everyone should have access to trial reels. But if you live under a rock or you may not know what trial reels are basically an opportunity for you to repost content that has performed well, or trying out new content that you want to see that if it will perform well, to only non-followers. So essentially, you can use this by way of trying the content that you want to post or repurposing content that you've already posted. Now, in this scenario, I'm going to talk about the second option, because I feel like trying to use trial reels to just post content that you haven't posted before, I still feel like you should post it in the feed regardless of how it performs, but that's just my opinion. But the way that I've utilized trial reels to grow my page has been phenomenal. So what I will do is I will take an audit of my last month of content, and I'll go through to see the posts that got the best engagement or the most views. Out of those pieces of content, I'll either bookmark them or save them in a folder, and then I will go in and remix that piece of content. I'll add something onto the reel to kind of switch it up, because it has to be different than the original post. But once I remix it, I'll paste my current caption, the same caption that I used from before, and instead of me posting it to my grid, I'm going to post it as a trial reel. Now, if you're like, girl, what is this? I have a tutorial on my page, so make sure you're following me at cd.creativeco, and I have it pinned on my actual reels tab, showing you exactly how to use trial reels. But this is a game changer, because instead of it pushing this content to people that already follow you, that already engage with you, it gives your content an opportunity to get exposed to a new audience, people that don't follow you but are likely to follow you. And so I like to use this as a way for me to leverage my audience and really make sure that I'm able to get my content exposed to new people. But this has also been a great visibility tool that I feel like a lot of people are not utilizing. And so before Instagram changes up the rules or changes up their features, make sure you hop on this before it's gone.
Okay, quick pause. If creating consistent content feels like a full-time job on top of your full-time job, then you're going to want to hear this. I am excited to bring to you Batch, which is a new marketplace platform that I and my co-founder Lauren have created, built for entrepreneurs and content creators. This is the marketplace that is going to connect business owners and entrepreneurs who need content with vetted local creators who can help them plan, shoot, and edit their content all in one place. So many of you have asked, when am I going to be able to book you for a content day? When can you come to my city? Do you know anyone in my city that does what you do? And this is going to be the solution. So whether you're an entrepreneur who is tired of struggling to find reliable content creators, photographers, or maybe you're just a creator who's ready to get booked and paid without having to go through the social media marketing of your business, Batch is going to be the platform that bridges that gap. So say for instance, if you're flying to New York for a speaking engagement and you need content there, or even if you have a vendor pop-up event in New Orleans and you need content there, Batch is going to be the creator marketplace that helps you get high quality content to market your brand online. It's designed to help you finally show up online with strategy, with confidence, and create consistent content that converts and actually helps you reach your visibility and revenue goals without the overwhelm. So if you're ready to make content creation easier and more intentional, head over to batchcontent.com. That's BATCHED content.com. Join the waitlist so you are the first to know when Batch is launched in your city.
Okay, so the fourth thing that business owners are not doing on social media is that they are not utilizing their link in bio efficiently. Now, I've seen different spectrums of things that are happening here. On one hand, you will have business owners who have nothing in their link in bio. And then on the other hand, you will have business owners that have too many links in their link in bio. Let me tell you one thing. The best thing that you could do for yourself, the best thing you could do for your audience is keep your link in bio clean and clear. What does that mean? That means less is more. The main links that you need to have in your bio are to your website, to your portfolio, and to a place where they can take their next action. So if that's to a discovery call, you want to directly send them to the discovery call link. If that is to book an appointment, then you want to directly send them to your booking page. You want to make your link in bios easy for your target demographic, your potential customer, to find the link that they're looking for and to take action. If they have to sort through 10, 15, 20 links, chances are they're not going to do what you want them to do. So I challenge you, if you are one of the people that don't have a link in your bio, I suggest at least put your booking link, your calendar link, or even just your website link so that someone can at least see what you're capable of doing in your business. But then on the other hand, if you are one of the business owners that have links buried in your link in bio, then I challenge you to go in and clean up your links immediately. If there's anything that is outdated, any old events, any old promos, any old lead magnets, any old press release, you need to take that out your link in bio. Now, there are other places where you can put those things, but link in bio is not a place for you to collect dust on links that are not relevant to where you are right now here today in business. So clean up your link in bio. Your first link should be the first thing that you want someone to do. So if you're telling someone, click the link in my bio to schedule a call, that first link needs to go directly to the place for them to book a call. If you're telling them to book an appointment, whether that's a hair appointment or an eyelash appointment, the first link listed needs to be to your booking site where they can go in and book the eyelash or hair appointment. If you're telling someone to go secure a ticket to your webinar or your workshop or whatever event that you're running, the first link listed in your link in bio needs to go to that workshop, that webinar, or that event. Make it easy, because when people are confused, they don't take action. Help them out, make it easy for them, make it easy to find for them, and organize and clean up your links. Okay, so this is the fifth thing that I see business owners not using on social media, and that is your highlights. Now, I think that when people first got on Instagram, they typically used highlights as a way to just be cutesy, but I don't know about you, if I'm like looking for someone and I'm thinking about actually like booking them, I will actually go look on and through their highlights to see what they're doing, what does their page look like. Because the thing is that you can gauge someone's personality based off of what they post on their stories, and their stories are a part of their highlights. So if you're wanting to gauge someone's personality or what it's like to work with them, the first place I'm going to check is your highlights. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have these cute highlight covers, but no content actually pinned to their highlights. Now, this is why I feel a lot of people are missing out on opportunities, because this could be a place that actually helps you excel. One, because a lot of people don't want to go through and scroll through your feed of content. Two, it's easy for them to access. It's right at the top. But then it gives you the option to actually categorize your content. So when you categorize it based off of what your potential client is looking for, it makes it easier for them to actually see what they are looking for. So the best highlights that I would have pinned as a business owner is that I would have either client reviews, that's number one, any testimonials that you have from your clients, any type of services that you offer, the behind the scenes of you offering or performing those services, frequently asked questions that people have that often ask you that come up over and over and over again. I would also have a place for you to put your portfolio so people can see what is the final look, the final transformation of somebody that's working with you. I would also have that highlighted at the top of the page. Anything else outside of those things is unnecessary, because another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to have a ton of highlights that are outdated, that are hard for you to keep updated, that are just collecting space and collecting dust. We are all about streamlining and making your socials easy for your target audience, for them to actually be able to go on and find what they're looking for. So outside of those things, I would not have it highlighted. Of course, you can have things, I think on mine, I have also my free resources of lead magnets that I have, free workshops, free replays. You could also have one for your freebies as well. But keep it clear. Have anything that's from 3 years or later, get rid of it. Do not collect it in there. It's not relevant anymore. And most of the time, it doesn't even exemplify where you are right now in business. So just go ahead and let it go. Make it easy for your potential customer to look for what they're looking for. And then also, if you want to take it up a step further, then you could go in and actually add highlight covers. What I do is very simple and cheesy, honestly. I just have my highlight covers match my brand colors, but there are people that specialize in making cutesy highlight covers. If that's what you want to do, go, by all means do it. You can find templates on Etsy, Canva, all of those things. But I wouldn't more so focus on that. I will focus on having the content that people are looking, the best content that you can have highlighted in those highlights to help someone move along their buyer journey faster.
Okay, let me put y'all onto something, because if you're creating content and you're not using ManyChat, you are leaving money on the table, and that's on period. I use ManyChat for all of my DM automations, and I'm constantly telling my clients this. DM automations are one of the best ways for you to convert your content. Why? Because you're getting direct links straight to your audience without them having to wait for you to manually respond to DMs. You can send links to your lead magnets, event tickets, your offers, checkout pages, literally anything that you're selling automatically. It's fast, it's seamless, and it removes friction for your audience. But what I love most is not how just convenient it is, but how strategic it is. Because you can also track your conversions and see where your leads are coming from and understand what content is driving real results. Not just likes, not just views, actual data. And if you want to try it out, I got a code for you. Use my code to get 30% off of ManyChat for your first 3 months. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or if you're listening, head over to cdcreativecoagency.com/ManyChat to grab your discount now. Trust me, once you automate your DMs, you will never look back.
Okay, the sixth thing that I see most business owners not using on social media is DM automations. Oh my gosh. Let me just say, DM automations are the best thing to life, okay? Because here's the thing. Anytime I am running a promotion, I am running a workshop, I am telling people about a link, I am trying to put someone onto something, I have a DM automation set up for everything, okay? And the reason being is because most of the time I will get people that inquire about something and it'll be at 2 o'clock in the morning. Who is sending a link at 2 o'clock in the morning? Not me. Not me. Which is imperative why DM automations can be critical for your business. So what I like to do is I like to set up one for my discovery call, and I like to do this by ManyChat. if I haven't mentioned already. ManyChat is the platform that you use to set up DM automations. And ManyChat just actually announced a couple months ago that they're an official Instagram partner. So that is so huge, but I absolutely love ManyChat because now also there's a plethora of automations, not only DM automations, but live automations when someone follows you, automations, like they have all kinds of automations in there, but the ones that I really, really love are the DM automations because it just makes my life extra simple. Now, here's the thing. I have a DM automation set up for my discovery call. So if you're looking to book a discovery call, I think the keyword for that is batch. So whenever someone comments the word batch, they automatically get a link to book a discovery call with me. Now, if someone wants my freebie, say like my content prompts, they comment content, they get the link to my freebie. If they want a link to my workshop, the comment will be workshop and they'll get the direct link for my workshop. Now, why do you need this? Why do you need this? Why can't I just tell them, click the link in my bio, this, that, and the third? Now, you essentially can. However, what we find out is that you have a higher likelihood of someone actually taking action if you give them the resource to them in their DMs versus having them go on a goose chase to find whatever link that you're telling them about. So I love DM automations because I will say it is probably one of the best things you can do for your content to convert because you're instantly sending these links to the person. And most people like myself who don't like notifications, we're always going to check our DMs. We're always going to look at it. And then most of the time, because we're requested, we're going to do whatever you tell us to do. So it just makes it easier for your buyer to actually get whatever it is that you promised them. But it also makes it more streamlined because instead of them having to go out and look, most of us are scrolling after work, during work. Our brains are off. We don't want to think. So think for them, set it up for them. And then in return, it helps you because it helps you to convert your content faster. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is content, and I had to save the best for last because you know I am all about the content. The last thing that I feel most business owners are not using on social media is that they're not using their client's social proof content to the best of their ability. Now, I think to this point, and forgive me for assuming, but I think that for the most part, a lot of us know how to post talking heads. A lot of us know how to post the B-rolls with the overlay text. But a lot of us are struggling simply because we're not utilizing our social proof content to the best of our advantage. Now, right now in 2026, we are in the biggest trust recession ever. What does that mean? A lot of people are struggling with trusting strangers to do what they said that they're going to do because there's a lot of people who have been a part of all kinds of different business ideas, workshops, masterclasses, memberships, all of those things, and they haven't gotten exactly what they were promised. What does that mean now? That means now more than ever, we have to show people that there are people that have trusted us, that have worked with us, that are screaming to the top of the moon that they love what we did with them. We have to show up with the social proof online. If there is no social proof, there's no way you're going to be able to convert a stranger to a customer. And so what do I mean when I'm saying utilizing your social proof content? That means if you are collecting testimonials or Google reviews or anything after you have completed whatever transformation that you are promising to your client, you need to take that content and turn it into multiple pieces of content. So what does that look like? For myself, for my content days, after every content day, after I have completed said transformation for my client, the thing that I do at the end of each content day is I get a video testimonial. While the emotions are high, while they're excited, while they're feeling all of the feels, while they're just, on top of the world, I use that time to get my video testimonial. And so I have 3 questions that I ask my clients in that moment, okay? Now, after I get my video testimonial, after they've gotten home, settled, all of the things, they're going to get an email from me and it's going to say, hey, I had so much fun working with you. Now, if you could do me a huge favor, I would love if you leave me a Google review telling everyone about your experience working with me. Now, if you leave me a Google review, I will give you 2 extra photos or an extra reel. Now, what does this do? they've already said that they enjoyed working with me. So it's not like I'm bribing them to do so. But what it does do is it tells them to take what they said on video and turn it into text content. So now it's going on Google. The person's like, of course, I'm gonna give you a review. I want more content. I want more photos. I want more videos. And so what are they gonna do? They're gonna type the same thing that they said, but now it's gonna go on Google. Now let me tell you how this double downs for you. One is that when you get Google reviews, that helps you in the search engine as well. That goes back to my first point when I was talking about SEO and search engine optimization, because most of the time they're going to use those keywords for you. The keywords that are obviously associated with me: content creation, marketing, those keywords, your clients are going to use those keywords in their review. I can almost 99.9 guarantee you that. Now, the next thing that this is going to do for you is it's going to give you your testimonial written so you can screenshot that and either turn that into a carousel post, or you can post it on your stories. And now when you post it on your stories, guess what you can do? Highlight it into your client reviews, highlight. So now, not only is that piece of content on your feed as a carousel, but it's also on your feed or on your page as a highlight as well. Now, the third thing that you're gonna do is what you can do now is take that video and you're gonna actually post that as a reel. Look at what my clients are saying about working with me. You can even add photos from whatever that you've captured from the experience, whether if they're a hairstylist or an eyelash, client or whatever. You can add those photos, add those videos in there for context so people can actually put themselves in the shoes of your customer. But when I tell you social proof content, I think now more than ever is probably the biggest piece of content that needs to be on your feed. Like originally it was the authority driven content, whatever. I say social proof needs to be the biggest piece of the pie when it comes to your content. If you are a business owner, hear me when I say this. If you are a business owner that is not posting social proof content in 2026, you are going to get left behind. So make this a priority. This year in 2026, you are going to have a system in place for you to capture your reviews for your clients so you can utilize that to get more clients. People are tired of information. They know that you can do it. They know that you utilize AI to teach you how to do it. But we want to know, are there people, real people out there that trust you to do what you say you're going to do? If you have over and over different clients back to back, so-and-so, Sarah, Bianca, Jessica, Stacy, all of them are all on your feed saying the same thing. Oh my gosh, working with you was amazing. I came in, I was like this. I left and I was like this. I feel less overwhelmed. I made more money. I saved time. You're going to win every single time. But if you are posting content, whether that be graphics, whether that be carousel, whether that be B-rolls that don't even include you, you are going to get left behind. So hear me when I say, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't tell you. But make sure in 2026, you are prioritizing social proof content this year in your content strategy, okay? All right, y'all. So we got through all 7 things. I am so excited, and I hope that this just kind of like sparks up the energy in you. It ramps it up like, oh yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to utilize my SEO. I'm going to utilize my highlights. I am going to get on a consistent schedule. I am going to utilize and clean up the link in my bio. I am going to prioritize getting social proof content on the feed. When you do these things, I'm telling you, you will set yourself up for success online. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, social media is not optional these days. We have to be on social media. So it is my job to give you the tools, the resources to actually put your best foot forward so you can actually turn potential customers into paying customers and not just be posting content just for fun or just for free, okay? All right, my friends, that is it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to tune in and watch me on YouTube, make sure you follow me on YouTube at cd.creativeco. You can watch this podcast in video form, but if you like to also just listen to the video or listen to the podcast via audio, love that too. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the Side Hustler podcast. If today's episode gave you clarity or the push you needed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you want more behind the scenes content and strategy in real time, come hang out with me on Instagram at cd.creativeco. I'll see you in next week's episode.